We've got with us here Mike Oniel, and he's the owner of B&K Electric. It's a family-owned company. He's a veteran, former U.S. Navy. He was a former electrical union worker for Local 99. He opened his business in 2007, and his business has been exploding. If you look him up online, he's got a ton of great reviews, and these are the type of people that we love to have on the show that give good relative content to homeowners, landlords. So this is important stuff, and Mike's going to be talking about the 5 must-know electrical tips for homeowners and landlords. Mike, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you on here.
Thank you, Emilio. Yeah, we're a very small but very productive electrical contractor that you can count on in any emergency situation or just even a simple trouble call. We do inspections, new installs, generators, generator setups, that is, panel changes and upgrades, and more and more and more. So I can give you 5 tips that I can recommend for all homeowners or landlords. And the first tip is going green and being energy efficient.
Yep.
The first thing you can do is pretty obvious: is change all the bulbs in the house to LEDs. LEDs can last up to 10 times longer than any regular incandescent bulb. CFLs are also not a big fan of. They take a while to warm up when you put the switch on.
CFL?
So, the CFL, the compact fluorescent lamps.
Okay.
That's what that, you see them on little boxes all the time. But LEDs are dimmable. They're cool to the touch.
Yep.
The energy equivalent is you could put 7 LEDs in 7 different lights, and that would equal 1 incandescent 60-watt bulb. So that just goes to show you how energy efficient they are. And they'll last forever, and they're
10 years.
Yeah. Another tip is also being energy efficient is if you have ceiling fans in your home.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this until a couple of years ago. There's a switch on the motor, and if you switch the fan blades in the rotation of going counterclockwise, you do that during the summertime. What that does is it pulls the air from the ceiling, from the floor to the ceiling.
Okay.
And it creates a nice little breeze when you got your air conditioning going.
Oh, so cooler air stays low.
Yes.
And the heat rises.
So it pulls it right up, and it creates like a little breeze for you. And if you have a couple of fans on one floor, you'll notice a big difference.
Wow.
Yeah. And then in the wintertime, you switch that on the motor, you switch it back to clockwise. You think of the wintertime, you want the time to just go by quick. So you think of it going clockwise. Okay. The fan, what that does is it pulls the warm air, because you just mentioned it rises. So you pull the warm air from the ceiling to the floor, and it helps conserve on your heating bill.
That's great. That's a good tip.
Yeah. Tip number 3 is label all your breakers correctly. If you take the time to just label your breakers what they really are, you can save on a lot of grief. What a lot of people do is they think that it's labeled that it's right. If you inherited what other people did when they did changes and upgrades to their home. So I recommend labeling it properly. A quick little idea would be not everyone has a little electrical testing tools or anything. So what you'd grab is just a radio or like a lamp with a LED in it. You plug it into outlets as you got one person doing that, and you're at the panel, you're communicating back and forth. Yep, that's that one. And it takes a little while, but once you do that, now you have them labeled correctly. And if you have to service anything, you can turn off the correct breaker instead of getting shocked.
Saves a ton of aggravation. And if your breakers are fuses, you better be calling an electrician to switch out.
Exactly right. And that's another thing you get from that. You'll notice that all 3 bedrooms are on one breaker. So what do? That's a good time to call an electrician to rectify the situation before any problem arises, because they do rise, and
totally.
They don't tell you about all the electrical fires. They just say the fires.
Exactly.
So, the 4th tip is a surge protection. Not a lot of people know this as well. A lot of people use the surge strips that you plug in 90 outlets in. It's very dangerous because you're putting it all into one plug.
Yeah.
Well, you can put your whole house on a surge protector for less than $300.
Ground fault interrupter, is that
Nope, it's surge protection, and that protects against lightning strikes, transformers going bad out in the street, any kind of accidents that happen out in the street. There's surges that come in through the lines, and then what that would do is that it would blow out your appliances, all your low voltages, such as cell phones, iPads, computers.
Is that something that the average homeowner does themselves, or is that something that you would hire somebody to do?
You have to have a licensed electrician do it.
Does that goes right into the box? Is that?
Yep. You can install it right at the panel, and it protects your whole entire your house. The 5th tip is smoke detectors. The 2014 National Fire Code requires in all new homes a smoke detector in each bedroom, a carbon monoxide and a smoke detector in every hallway, or at least one on each level of the building.
Yep.
And
Hardwired.
Hardwired, not everyone can afford to hire someone to put in a hardwired system. At the bare minimum, at least get the battery ones that stick on the wall. I know they're not great, but they're better than not having anything. And that will protect against some fires or smoke that appears in the upcoming winter time, because the heat's going to be cranked all winter, and that's when you might even get carbon monoxide detection in the house from your boiler. So it's good to have.